Hello everyone. I wanted to thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Consolevision. This is the unboxing of the Mad Catz M.O.J.O, which is a console that came out to compete with the Ouya, which has a lower specification than what Mad Catz has brought to the table. Basically, this is just an unboxing video. I do not yet have a review for this. I will in time. But right now, I just wanted to give you a good quality view of the console itself for those of you who are interested. Largely, and most likely, those of you who bought the Ouya and were just looking all over the internet to see if there's any videos of this console. So, not going to do too much talking here. I'll just speak at random. But I do just want to show you guys the console itself. I can tell you right off the bat that the box itself is quite heavy, and the box itself feels nice. It almost feels like you know you bought a quality product. As with Mad Catz, most of the time that is the case. But give me one moment and you're going to see exactly the items inside. There it is. That's the Mad Catz console and the controller underneath. As you can see, this has a clear sheet of plastic over the front of it because it's a very glossy machine. And there's the Mad Catz M.O.J.O written in silver, inscribed on the console itself. Quite shiny. And these are the ports in the back. And there's a piece of foam in the back of it holding it in place. On the side here is the ventilation. And on the front there is the actual light that indicates when the console is on, which apparently you can't shut off. But we'll talk more about that in the review. So let's strip this off. And that comes right off, and now you can see the piano black finish, which naturally is a fingerprint magnet. But it is quite shiny. Now in the back, you have the USB 3.0 port, 2.0 port, Ethernet port, HDMI out, the micro SD slot, an audio jack for headphones, and the DC input. There's vents on the other side. And there's a clear view of the front, complete with my finger smudges. Now on the bottom, there's even more ports for it to breathe. Not ports, I apologize, vents. And on the top there is plastic rubber feet to hold it into place. And it's pretty good quality grip. The machine overall, the quality is quite fantastic. It's not too heavy. In fact, it's not heavy at all. It's actually lighter than the Ouya, believe it or not. But the overall build quality of the Mad Catz M.O.J.O is quite good. As for the controller, it has a glossy finish, also piano black, so you're most definitely going to get finger smudges all over that. That's just impossible to prevent. But the controller is quite comfortable. It feels very much like the Xbox 360 controller. And the D-pad is actually quite nice also. Here's an Xbox 360 controller for reference, which is also glossy. They're virtually the same size, same feel, very close to each other, except that the Mad Catz controller actually does have the better D-pad. There's the top view of the sides. As you can see, these controllers are very similar. Yeah, Mad Catz definitely copied their design from the Xbox 360 controller for theirs. And right in the back here is the battery compartment. Those are the triggers. And there's Bluetooth written right across the top of it there. Bluetooth Smart. That's right bumper, right trigger. I'm sorry, left trigger. There's the right trigger, right bumper. The sticks, they click in good, they feel nice. All the buttons across the top feel nice. Overall, the quality build of this thing is quite nice. And it's a beautiful looking controller. On top there are media buttons, basically fast forward, play, pause, rewind, start and select buttons, and the equivalent of the the Xbox button in the middle, or PlayStation button if you're looking at a DualShock 3. The controllers are quite sturdy. I'd say the build quality on both the Mad Catz controller and the Xbox 360 controller are the same. There is a slightly more comfortable feel on the Xbox 360 controller. Maybe that's just because I'm used to it, not sure. But Xbox 360 controller does feel nice. But the Mad Catz, believe me, there's nothing to complain about with this controller. You are getting a quality controller for the money. Okay. Let's dig a little bit deeper into the box and see the contents underneath. Right there we see more items to be unveiled in a very nice packaging. So as we lift that apart, it opens almost like a book, except that we gotta just remove the tape in the middle, the sticker. I guess I could have done a better job, but I just really wanted to get this thing open. And there are more items inside. So let's dissect this. Right inside of this bag is the top of the controller so that you can attach a smartphone to it, and it becomes almost like the NVIDIA Shield, except that your smartphone would be the screen. And this piece attaches right to the top of the controller with this screw right here. If you give me a moment, I'll put it together for you so you guys can see what it looks like together. So we're just going to place this right on top. Give me just one moment. Alright, so there's the top of it. I'm attaching that right now, pressing it down. And while I'm holding it, I'm going to put the screw on top to hold it into place. There's a screw. And there we go. And that's it. You just keep on screwing until it's tight and held in sturdy. And basically, that's pretty much it. That's how the controller looks. It's just up to you to put your Android phone, or even an iPhone, I'm sure. You could probably use that together. It is Bluetooth technology. And it's pretty sturdy. Your phone's not going to fall out as long as it's secured in there. It's a pretty good overall add-on to the console for those of you who like to take gaming literally on the road with you and have portable items like the NVIDIA Shield. Okay, so in this bag that we're going to open, this is the HDMI cord that comes with the Mad Catz M.O.J.O. And it's pretty much a standard HDMI cord. Mad Catz insignia on there. It's an HDMI. It is a nice thick build. The cord on it's quite thick and it's nice. Feels a little bit better than one of those cheap basic HDMI cords, but on the other hand, it should be no problem in terms of quality with an original one that comes with the Mad Catz, or if you use your own HDMI, it's virtually the same. Alright, so in this bag that we're about to open, looks to me like it's the AC adapter. as well as batteries inside. And yep, that's exactly what it is. Now this is interesting because this AC adapter, when you open it, doesn't have any plugs attached to it. It's basically got a side-loading slot, which you can attach 3 different types of plugs that go into the wall. That, to me, I believe that's a European one. This one, or maybe that's the European one, I'm not sure. And here's the one that we use in the US. So give me a moment here while I attach these. We'll see how easy they slide on. And there you go. Very easy. We're just going to remove this one now. And there we go. That came off easy too. And here is the next plug. I'm not sure which this one is, so any of you who want to let me know, please just say it in the comments below. That would be helpful. And that comes right out with the push of the button. And this is the one for the US, which is the one we're going to be using because that's where we're at. Alright, so we're just going to take these and put them out of the way for now and see what... Nope, that's it. It's empty. So that's pretty much it. That's all the contents of the box. Let's just take a look at what's inside of here. Give me a moment while I cut this open. Okay, and as you can see, it's pretty much a whole bunch of manuals inside. Here you are, basic instructions in multiple languages, English. This is just a sheet that has specifications as to what ports are what, how you use items, use the items that are included in there, and how you would be connecting it to your television or computer monitor or whatever it is you're going to be connecting it to, as well as instructions for the controller. That's pretty much the layout of it right there. And if you guys want to pause this video real quick, you can look in detail of what exactly is being shown here. You know, rocket science for you geniuses out there. So, this spells it out for you. This item right here is just more advertisements. There's an image of the cell phone that will be attached to the controller, other controller colors, headsets. Basically, you get the idea. Everything that Mad Catz makes that can go with the Mad Catz M.O.J.O and other items that they sell, which could probably work with consoles like the Xbox 360, PS3, I'm sure PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And here are some stock Mad Catz stickers that come with the console. And that's pretty much the contents of the box. There's a controller. There's the console itself. Overall, honestly, quite a nice package to come all together. I mean, it's expected. It's nice that they added the smartphone adapter for the controller on top. They didn't need to do that, but it's nice that they did. And it's a bit pricey at $249, but you know what? You can tell in the quality of the build of the machine that you feel, at least with the packaging, like you're getting something special. And this is the back of the controller. We're just going to open up the battery port. There we go. And as we can see inside, it looks like there's a little black baggie in there. So we're going to open that up in a moment to see what exactly it is. And that is a USB that would go into a USB port on the back of the M.O.J.O. That is so that the controller can communicate with the console. Without this piece right now, you're not going to be able to use a controller on the machine. Hopefully, with the KitKat update that comes out for Android, this would make the USB itself not necessary to connect the controller to the machine. But yeah, you do need to use that USB and connect it to one of the two ports on the back of the console in order to use the controller with it. So now we have batteries inside. We're going to put the cover back on it. And well, that's it. And just for fun, I know you guys want to see what these two look like. You'd be surprised, but yeah, the Ouya is actually smaller. Although it is a little bit heavier than the Mad Catz M.O.J.O. However, the M.O.J.O is flat. And here you guys can see the difference in width of these two machines. Overall, honestly, I kind of like the way the Ouya looks. I think it's a little bit of a nicer design. It's cute, snazzy, and it is very powerful for what it is. But, I mean, compared to what the Mad Catz M.O.J.O is offering, it is certainly a lower spec. Guys, I want to thank you for watching Consolevision and the unboxing of the Mad Catz M.O.J.O.